Drew, what are your reactions just to hearing that Bob Dice won't be returning?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first time I've, had that happen to me, like the team I'm on personally. So obviously it's a little different. And, you're just appreciative of what he provided for us. He loved us as a team. And, I wish we could have been better for him.
When we were talking to Berkey just about if this decision had been considered earlier, he said there was a lot of factors, injuries. How do you think injuries affected the whole season for the Red Blacks?
Yeah, I mean, it's a part of the game, and unfortunately, every team has to deal with it, and we just, kind of weren't able to overcome that, just with the number that we had. But like I said, everyone deals with it, so you kind of just have to try and overcome that.
Reflecting just right now overall on the season, where do you think the shortcomings were, and how disappointed are you with the results?
I mean, I can speak to the disappointment for sure. I think it's going to take time to kind of take a step back and look at, specific things that need to improve. But yeah, I mean, I think that we all were optimistic coming in this year and obviously fell short, which is always disappointing.
I appreciate, throughout the year, whenever you were able to play, you always said you're good. When asked about your health, like how much did that affect though? And at times, I guess far below 100% where you may be playing.
Yeah, I mean, if I choose to play, I feel like I can help us win. And that's how I feel. You're not gonna play at 100%. But unfortunately at times I was limited, but again, that's my decision. And, I take responsibility for my performance when you're not healthy, because you make that decision.
You're under contract for another year. Do you see yourself here long-term? Like, how do you see yourself as a Red Black? Or is that something difficult to ask after the disappointment of the way this went?
I mean, I have a commitment here for next year, and I look forward to that. And I see myself, continue to grow here, with the guys that we have and that we bring in. And I look forward to that. I try not to think too far into the future, but I love the city, and I love my teammates. So, I'm going to try and keep that going as long as I can.
On a personal level, how tough was this season for you with dealing with injuries coming back, then injury again, then just not to really find that momentum?
Yeah, no, it's something that's kind of new to me personally. So, yeah, just trying to navigate that, try to talk to people that kind of have been through that. Very frustrating, obviously, just like everything was at times this year. But, you grow through it. There's going to be, unfortunately, years like this that you have to endure, and try to take a step back and have some perspective and learn from it.
Drew, I think this is your first year that you won't be playing in the playoffs. Will you be watching them?
Yeah, I will.
What do you take from it when you do watch it?
I mean, I have the easy answers. I have, friends that are playing in the playoffs, and I like to support them. But it's also like, that's where you should be, aspect to it. I think that as competitors, we all expect to kind of get in. And when you don't, it's tough. But like I said, at the end of the day, you're going to have years like this. That's just the reality. Hopefully you don't have more years like this than when you make it. But, yeah, I'll be watching.
What do you feel was the difference between last season when you find a way to win and make it to the playoff? What do you feel like went different this year?
Yeah, just that. I think just not executing in critical moments that we were able to do last year. If you ask me why that was, I can't necessarily tell you right now. But I can assure you that there was a lot of effort put in to try to execute in those moments. But we obviously fell short multiple times.
When you've had to deal with an assortment of injuries, is it possible to completely shut that out of your mind? or does it creep in at all when you're performing, when you're on the field? Does it influence you at all, and things that you may do and ways that you may perform your duties?
I mean, football is a lot of like reactionary impulse movement. So I think, just like any of us, I think if someone told you that it doesn't bother them, they're full of shit. You know, that's just the reality. But like I said, I made those decisions, and I'll take responsibility for my performance when I said I was good enough to go. But yeah, I mean, we're human beings, so anytime something's wrong, you know, there's things that in that moment you realize probably you can't do to the best of your ability. And that's just part of playing the game.
Is it human nature also to maybe question, when you've had to go through what you've had to go through the last 2 years, to question maybe your durability and your ability to stay healthy and play this position in this league?
I mean, I wouldn't say I question it. I think about it, yeah, but I don't question it. I think that, you know, I'll continue to turn over every stone to control what I can control, trying different things, you know, whether that's in the off season or in season, to be able to withstand, you know, playing the position in this league. But I don't question it.
What can you do in the off season to guard against some of the things that are happening out there? I mean, is there ways you can build up at all, or?
That's the question I will try and find out,
Yeah.
and I'll do everything I can to figure it out.